Alright, hello everybody, welcome. This is Axo99. I've been playing a lot of Subsistence here lately, and I want to go ahead and make a quick video and show you guys exactly everything you need to know about how to fish in Subsistence. So the first thing you obviously want to do is find like a big body of water. There's multiple lakes on this map, a couple of big lakes. Right now I am at West Lake, and we want to be able to make a fishing pole, which we can find by hitting our tab key by default. And you see a fishing rod here. It requires 6 sticks, it requires 6 cordage, and 4 scrap metals. So I purposely only have 3 scrap metals and just a little bit of cordage. So let me go ahead and show you what these items look like in the game and what to look for so you can craft not only the fishing rod, but you're also going to need the fishing tackle. So to craft the fishing tackle, you're also going to need 1 more cordage. And if you don't know how to craft the cordage, you can just come right here, right above the fishing tackle is the cordage, and it's simply made up of 2 fibers. So we're going to show you what those look like, but this and this is what you're going to need to fish. Now, the fishing tackle does have another stick, a cordage, and you see you need a tree grub. So let's go ahead and show you the first thing that you're going to want to find here in Subsistence to get that tree grub. So you see this tree right over here, you see all the pine trees. This tree right here is what they call a grub tree. They are scattered all around the lands, and they definitely have a different look to them. They look just like that, and you're guaranteed to get a tree grub every time you whack at one of these trees like this. So simply take your starting hatchet, come up, and I think it's going to give you like 4 or 5 wood as well. I think it's 5. So we're going to go ahead and keep coming up. Keep hitting it, and the very last thing you're going to get is a tree grub. You'll see that over at the bottom left. We open your inventory. Yay, we got a tree grub. We also got 6 wood. So you notice that you're also going to need some sticks. Well, you're going to get sticks from these logs that you got from the tree to get the tree grub. So go ahead and find the sticks in the same crafting menu. This is right under your hammer, guys. So this is like tools. So the stick is simply made up of 1 wood. Let's go ahead and craft these 6 wood into 6 sticks, and then we have them. So you see they do go pretty quick. We're going to go ahead and craft another one. So you see we need 6 just to make the fishing rod. So we're going to go ahead and keep crafting these things. Go ahead and craft them all up, and then we also need a stick for our fishing tackle. So you actually got to get 7. So this tree was only able to give us, each one gives us 2. That's right. Each log gives us 2 sticks, so we're going to have plenty of sticks just from the scrub tree. So all the wood you need, all the sticks you need is right on the grub tree that's going to give you the grub. So we have plenty of sticks now. We have the tree grub. Now you see we need cordage. Well, cordage is made up of fibers, and if you want to make the cordage, you simply come here. You see that 2 fibers equals 1 cordage. So to show you what these plants look like, guys, they are scattered about the lands. They're kind of hard to see sometimes. We want to avoid that bear, obviously, but I just want to run around and show you what they look like because they are plentiful. Now, one other thing we need while we're here, guys, we see a wooden crate, which you should be unlocking by simply holding E on these kind of crates. And we see that we have 3 of the scrap metal. The fishing rod does require 4. Well, let's go ahead and open this up, and hopefully we get that 1 scrap metal we need. And we did. We have 3 of them here. We're just going to take all. Now we have plenty of the scrap metal to make that fishing rod. Again, all we're missing now is the cordage. We need 7 cordage total. We need 6 for the fishing rod, and then we need 1 cord for the fishing tackle. Alright guys, let's go ahead and find a tree fiber, because they are all around, like I said. And there's a tree fiber right there. We see it right on the beach. That's exactly what it looks like. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to see if it's in the grass, but after you pick a few of these up, you are going to know exactly what these look like. It tells you right there. It says press E to pick up your fiber. So once you get your fiber, you're going to have another one. We're going to go ahead and craft those into the cordage. So we're going to craft as many as we can. That should give us plenty. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect, because we need, again, 6 for the fishing rod and 1 for the tackle. Alright guys, the cordage is going to take a couple of minutes to craft 7 of them if you don't already have them. So we're there now. Let's go ahead and craft our fishing rod. You see everything is green, meaning we have the necessary parts to make it. So we go ahead and hit craft. It takes just a moment for that. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and click on the fishing tackle. We see we also have everything we need for that. We'll go ahead and queue that up as well. And again, it just takes a minute. Now, while we're waiting for this to get set up, we see the fishing rod goes right to our hotbar, which I like. But we're missing that lure, or the fishing bait, rather. Fishing tackle is what it's called. So where you want to fish, guys, is a big body of water, just like this, like I said. You probably don't want to fish in a river because in Subsistence, you have a lot better chance of catching a big fish the deeper the water is, wherever you cast your line. So as you see, it looks really deep out there. Usually the deeper blue it is, the deeper it is. But if you want to check, you can always go out and swim out. You can kind of see under the water, and you do see that it's really deep right in the middle of this this lake here. So you can always swim out, see if it looks deep like that. If it does, you should be in a big fish type area. All right, once you got your fishing rod in hand, your bait is assembled. You'll see your bait in your inventory somewhere. You're going to go ahead and want to hold the right mouse button in, which means you're pulling your fishing rod back, and then you hit the L1 button while you're holding the right mouse button in. When you do that, you'll cast your line out really far. Now we really want to get this a little bit further out, so I'm going to go ahead and reel it back in with the right mouse button. It gives you your controls right there on the right hand side, and you will not lose your tackle by doing this when you hit E to retrieve. So to cast it as far as possible, guys, you're going to want to point up in the sky. Hold the rod back with the right mouse button, and then hit your left mouse button to cast it up in the sky really far. And then kind of move down, and you'll see that we went out about as far as we possibly can. Now, right here, you're not going to look for ripples. You're not going to do anything except be patient. Your guy might automatically reel it in a little bit. That's fine. That doesn't mean to hit anything. What you're waiting here for, guys, is the sound of splashing water. So when you hear that splash of water, it's time to hold the left mouse button in to basically hook the fish. There we go. So we hold left mouse button in, we'll automatically pull that rod back. It'll say fish hooked to the top, and then it's time to reel that fish in with the right mouse button. At this point, you're not having to do anything except hold the right mouse button in. You're not going to have to rehook it. It's not going to try to escape. You're not going to hit the left mouse button again, or I think you might lose your tackle. So we definitely don't want to do that. So you can see it's a pretty big fish there. From here, you can see it's pretty big. And we're going to go ahead and continue to reel this in until it gets close enough for us to reach down and hit the E button. And presto, we see that it's a pretty big fish. And in our inventory, we see that we caught a nice pike. Now, these big fish do make nice resources. We wouldn't cook this exactly like this. We definitely want to cook it because it's going to give us a lot more protein and hunger fulfillment by cooking it, either on an open fire or in a wood stove. So we're going to want to go ahead and fillet the fish. When we do that, we see we got 2 nice sized fish steaks that give us 7 hunger each, 8 protein each, and that's uncooked. So once we cook this, it's going to give us even more. We also got 2 fish oils used in medicinal crafting. So very nice resources from simply 1 grub and a few common resources found around the map. Go ahead and put your fish steaks on a wood burner, like I said, or a campfire. Wait for them to cook. It takes just a couple of minutes, and you'll see that the protein and hunger fulfillment is a lot higher than the initial raw steaks. All right, guys, when your fish steaks cook, they look exactly like this. Almost looks like this pike actually looks exactly like this. Kind of looks like an ice cream sandwich or something. I don't know what that looks like. But it looks pretty tasty, and you see that it gives us 23 protein, 19 hunger fulfillment, and even fruits and vegetables fulfillment just a little bit of hydration loss, but very filling. and a nice source of protein. So you can go ahead and enjoy those, and 2 of them will definitely fill up probably about half a bar of your protein. So very nice indeed. So now you guys might be wondering, well, what about fishing in the wintertime when the body of water is completely frozen over? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that now. All right, guys, right now you see it is snowing outside. It is very cold indeed, 2 degrees Celsius. And if we open our front door, we see this river is completely frozen over. So again, guys, we're going to make that fishing tackle exactly the same way as we did before. Alright guys, now that we have some fishing tackle on us already made up, we see that river's completely frozen. So all you're going to want to do is head out, brave the elements, come out a little ways on this river. Again, remember, the deeper the water, the more likely it is to catch a big fish. So we're going to go out as far as we can that'll still reach the shore. We're going to crouch down with the C button. We're going to hit the ice with our left mouse button and continue to do that until we break a hole in the ice. Make sure you don't step in the ice or you're going to have to break your way out. Okay, so we got a hole here in the ice so we can access the water. We're going to go ahead and equip our fishing rod, and standing right here above the hole, you'll see it gives us an option to start fishing. So go ahead and hit the E button to drop your line in. I would get back. Now, what you might want to do if you don't have a base with a wood stove going inside to keep you warm here, you might want to put a campfire or something else right here on the land so you don't freeze to death while you're fishing. So, we just heard the splash. As I was walking back, we see a fish hook. And now we can go ahead and start reeling it in as we move closer to the pole, or to the hole, not the pole. So we're going to go ahead and move up. We hear the splash of the fish splashing around trying to get free. We come close and now we can land the fish. Now sadly this was a smaller fish, as we see. Doesn't give you nearly as much protein and hunger fulfillment even when cooked as like a bigger fish. But hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do in the roughest of elements. That's one thing I kind of like about the fishing in Subsistence, is the fact you never know exactly what kind of fish you're going to get. There's bass, there's pike, there's trout, there's perch, there's small fish, and all of them give you a little bit different resources, so it's kind of fun to see what kind of fish you're going to catch next. So that should show you how to do the fishing in both summer or warmer months and in the heart of winter. We're in January right now, and we see that we were still able to catch a fish and get some protein to fill up our protein meter and our hunger meter just a little bit there with that small fish. So hopefully this helped you guys out. If so, be sure to comment down below. Let me know. Be sure you like this video, guys. This has been Zaxter99 with how to fish in Subsistence. We'll see you in the next video, everybody. Take care.